Grand Rising. This morning I want to talk about something a little off the topic of what I usually talk about on my channel. Uh, well, it's not really off topic. My channel was dedicated to helping. It's to help individuals. Um, a lot of the information I gathered on my channel is from me helping myself. So this is still regarding the same thing. Today I want to give you a little bit of just a little backstory on my experience with helping myself, and this book I came across, a nice self-help book. But I came across this book when I was incarcerated, and there was this little Chinese guy. Well, he wasn't Chinese, he was from Nepal. How you say that? Nepalese, however. But he was from Nepal, and nobody really spoke to this guy too much. We called him Mr. Miyagi. But this older fella, he was a cool guy, outgoing. He just stayed to himself in his cell all the time. One day the dude called me into his cell. I go over there, little old Chinese man, you know. I walk up, see what's going on? What's going on, Mr. Miyagi? You all right? And he said, come. So I go in his cell, and he like lift his mattress up, unfold some shit, pull his book out, and he said, I see you stay in your cell and you read all the time. He was like, read. He gave me the book. So I went back to my cell and I read it. In the book, I remember there was a particular part in the book that I'll probably never forget. And I try to relate this to everybody I care about. I'm giving it to you guys right now. It was a section in the book where it talked about the different kinds of personalities and characteristic and character flaws and stuff like that. And I can't remember all the ones that it actually went over, but the three main ones I remember was describing aloof people, the people that just go through life aloof, like just stupid, don't know what's going on and why things is happening the way they're happening to them. The second one was the woe is me, person, the one that why is this happening to me? Everybody's doing me wrong. Why do I always end up suffering in the end? Like, woe is me. That was the second one. The third one was the attention deprived individual, and it explained each one of them. And the one I identified with when I thought about it was the attention deprived one. And it was basically I had to think about all the problems I had in my life and try to find out what did being attention deprived have to do with my problems. And once I thought about it, man, and you had to be brutally honest with yourself. And it advised you to do it at night when you're laying down, like when you're recapping your day, when you're laying in bed and you're just unpacking your experiences throughout the day. But to be brutally honest with yourself and just think about your problems and what caused your problems. Like brutally honest and not blaming anyone else outside of you. Figure out your fault in all your problems and try to figure out, is it the same thing? Is it the same emotion, the same feeling? What's causing all your problems? What part of you is causing all of your problems? So once I sat down and I thought about it regarding attention deprivation, I thought back like to every instance I ever been in. It was because I wanted attention. All of the stupid things that ever happened to me, every dumbass situation I've ever been in was because I wanted attention. And I had to think back. You have to think back to that first instance in your life to where you experienced that feeling of deprivation, or energy deprivation, or attention deprivation. So, you know, I sat up in my bed and I thought all the way back to the first time I ever remember feeling deprived of attention. I had to really think all the way back to my earliest memory. And when I thought all the way back, I remember when I was young, me and my two brothers, I didn't know who my dad was. My older brother was born 2 pounds, so like the whole state knew about him. He made the news all over, so everyone always talked about him, even after we were growing up. Everybody always, you know, they always knew him for that. My little brother, everybody just always talked about how cute he was, because he's as black as me, with like Spanish people, big shiny curls in his hair. So everybody was like, he's darker than me actually, but everybody was always on him. He was so cute, small, cute. Me, on the other hand, I was nappy-headed. what I would call nappy-headed. Didn't know my dad. No one ever paid me no attention. And I just, eventually, you know, dealing with that all the time. And I noticed that they didn't do anything special. They didn't do anything special to get any type of attention. Like, people just give them attention. So what that caused me to do was to fall back into myself. And I used to think, you know, they're not doing nothing extra, you know, out of the ordinary to get attention. So I thought I didn't. So I would just fall all the way back, always stay quiet. No one ever noticed me. That's what I felt like, at least. And then I just, to get attention, I would just do the stupidest shit all the time, even into my adult years. You know what I mean? So, like, I had to really figure that out, unpack that, and figure out what was the cause of my problem before I could fix it. And what it sort of kind of remind me of is like here's a scenario, like a metaphor for you, an example. Like, just try to envision a leaking pipe. To fix the pipe, this is what a lot of us do with our lives. To fix the drip, or to fix the pipe, we take, most people would take a bucket or a bowl and send it underneath the drip, and every time it fills up, they would dump it. And that's what we do with a lot of the times in our life. Like, we have this thing about us, a personal thing from a personal experience, from childhood most likely, that's just, you know, plaguing us throughout our whole life. And every time we encounter the situation, or it puts us in every time we express that and it puts us in a fucked up situation, we just figure out a way to patch up the situation, or a way to get over the situation, instead of fixing the problem that caused the situation. So now I'm back to the pipe. Instead of putting a bowl under there and catching the leak and have to keep dumping the bowl, what we should do is follow the leak all the way back to where it's starting at, and then we can patch it up and fix it, so we wouldn't have the problem no more. And that's basically what that is. You know, at night, sit back, unpack all your experiences, and, you know, and be brutally honest with yourself, man. Find out your fault in all your problems, and see that it's prevalent in all of your problems, that's what caused you to suffer in all of your problems. And then you figure out the youngest point in your life where you remember experiencing or feeling that feeling. And right there, man, it's just like, see, the patch, when I gave you the metaphor with the patch on the pipeline, what that patch is, in reality, is the realization. Once you get the realization of what caused it, man, something mentally happens where you let it go. Once you can find it, you can let it go. Or once you can find it, you can fix it. But until you locate it and take your time to figure out what fucked you up, instead of being in denial your whole life, until then, man, you can't fix it. You'll never patch up your drip, and you'll keep on dripping. Straight up. I love y'all. Grand Rising. Peace.